For more on this disturbing trend, let's talk to a senior economist, Paul Alaje, who joins us live via Zoom from Abuja. Mr. Alaje, fuel queues are back in different states across the country, and that's despite assurances there is sufficiency of petroleum products in stock. Just how bad could this be for the economy?
Well, the return of fuel queue is going to have negative implication on growth. Man-hour will be lost. Many people are supposed to be at work. They will have to endure the long queues before they could get fuel. It may also have negative impact on inflation, because as we see that there are some states such as Nasarawa, where Nasarawa is very close to Abuja by the way, and somewhere around Maraba, you see where there are no queues, PMS per liter goes for as high as 240, 250 naira. And you see people buying from the place. So if it's for production, it means the prices people are going to charge decrease. So there will be cost push inflation, and it's going to have tremendous negative impact on the economy. Maybe when you see the report that will be shared by the National Bureau of Statistics, inflation is already more than 20%. We might even have inflation go higher for the month of October. One hand, you see flood is ravaging some of our outputs at the farms. The price of rice across the states has continued to go up. What they will use to move rice from one point, at least in smaller vehicles, is also increasing, which is affecting the queues that you are seeing all across the country.
Well, some have touted removal of fuel subsidy as solution. What do you think?
Well, if you ask me, the subsidy issue, we need to look beyond the nominal conversation that people are having in the media. If you want us to dig deep, whether there is subsidy or not, I will tell you it depends. If you use the exchange rate we had in 2016, when the central bank moved Naira out of fixed rates to manage fixed rates, or maybe now to floating rates, it was 250. Today, at official window, exchange rate is over 440. So when you look at that and you find out that's about 50%, there about 40 to 50, about 100%, I beg your pardon, between 90 to 100%. So if you look at what fuel prices we are paying and what government claims to be paying in subsidy, you realize that what we are really paying for is that exchange rate. Monetary policy must align with fiscal policy. And when we say that there are no alignment, people say, oh, because the prices of PMS has increased and so on and so forth. I can tell you that the prices will continue to increase even if you remove subsidy today and you devalue Naira. In 2021, Central Bank devalued Naira from what it was, and after a month, the Debt Management Office announced additional 1 trillion Naira in Nigerian debt without borrowing new money. What happened because we devalued? What many may not observe is that the entire economy of Nigeria is surrounded by what the quality of money you are carrying, which is the exchange rate.
All right, so you believe it's forex?
Major role in this money.
All right, Mr. Alaje, very quickly before we let you go, now the CBN is planning to redesign, produce and circulate new denominations of her currency. What's your take on that? What effect would it actually have on the economy?
So it has a lot of positives, and even though there are few negatives that comes with it, because in economies, you don't expect all to be positive. So the positives are that central bank monetary policy have not been yielding the kind of effect. We have increased MPR from 13 to 14, 14 to 15.5 now, and we wonder why inflation is still going up. This is because over 80% of M1 or M2, money out of banking sector, they are in the hands of people that have not returned them to banks. But we are making policy on the entire over 2 trillion. Meanwhile, the monies are not returned. So most of the policy made by central bank is not having that kind of effect. Two, a lot of people are hoarding the money. When the money are changed by the end of January, everybody will be forced to bring out what they have. The central bank can manage that. Again, it's also going to help central bank to determine how much, also those that are keeping money illicitly, more people that are using money for terrorism, it helps in a lot of ways. So, but this is not without its own disadvantage, because those who want to run politics, it really will not affect them, because what we have seen over the years is these people converting Naira to the dollar. Central bank can redesign Naira, but unfortunately, it still cannot redesign the dollar. What will we do to be this that makes the value of Naira at the parallel market to continue to get the value from 400 to 500 now to over 700 naira is what central bank must do something about very quickly.
Senior economist Paul Alaje joined us from Abuja. Thank you for your time on TVC News at 10.